Hello, and welcome to another update video about XRP. Yeah, continues to be in this triangle. Yesterday we were at the same spot. So what happened here in this range is that XRP's price rallied, in my opinion, off the 17th of August low in a corrective pattern in what I would call an A wave of a triangle. I'm tracking primarily a triangle, could be something else, could turn into a WXY structure, but that's sort of not predictable. We can only identify the relevant levels. If broken, then they will unlock, for example, more upside potential next to 63 cents, pretty much. That's in the Y wave. Then we have a more complex corrective pattern. But overall, at the moment, I'm looking at this as an ABC structure, ABCDE primarily in a B wave triangle, which would result into another low below that 17th of August low. If you like to have a little bit more context, check out my video from yesterday. I gave you a zoomed out view as well. But overall, yeah, this is still the range. We've been focusing on this triangle pattern, I think, since the beginning of September. So more than a month, and the forecast was sideways, and there you go. So it should ideally go a little more sideways, but you know how it is with XRP when it gets a bit of a news event or something, it can just sort of pump quickly. However, at the moment, you can see that we had a bit of that news pump there. It, however, fell back already, and I think it broke below the 50% retracement level already. Let's take a look at that. That's typically a first indication that things are starting to break down. Yeah, came down and is consolidating above support. That's certainly, at least from what I see now, short-term not bullish. I would like to see a break below this trend line here. Yeah, we had this inverse head and shoulders pattern, a very small one, broke, and it fell back. So ideally, due to the weakness we see here short term, ideally I'd like to see it do this D wave. That would be more in line with the overall base case assumption here. Finish off the D wave maybe around the sort of price range, around that ascending trend line, depending on when it is reached, more around the 48, 49 cent level. Then give us another E wave, which is a lower high, and then come down. However, we of course cannot ignore the yellow wave count, which is short term more bullish. This would be in a WXY structure, and then within the Y wave, probably here, another A wave, a B wave. Oops, that's the wrong tool. This would be an A wave, probably the B wave. Yeah, and then the C wave maybe as an ending diagonal higher. But I need to see a break above 55.8 cents to confirm that. That would be basically an invalidation point for the triangle. In a triangle, we don't want that the price goes beyond the A wave high. It's very important. Okay, so we've got this Elliott Wave triangle there, and I continue to follow it as long as it is viable and likely. And the relevant range here is very well defined between the 45.8 cent level and up here, the invalidation point at 55.8 cents. And it could carry on with lower and lower volatility, even though that last spike here obviously increased volatility again, but it is still within the range. And we see it when you're looking at the trend lines. This could just lead to a few more weeks, maybe even, of sideways action, but I will observe it. If anything changes, I will let you know. But what we can clearly observe is that it goes in both directions in corrective patterns. In corrective patterns, we always need to be aware and very much prepared for a potential short-term change in wave count and roadmap, because corrective patterns, they always change, they always morph. That just has to do with the overall character of a correction, what it is, and that there are more than 10 corrective patterns. So you cannot predict, for example, if, for example, an ABC structure turns into a triangle, or if it turns into a WXY, and then within a WXY structure, you know, how is the X wave unfolding? Is that a triangle as well? Or it's also not so important. It doesn't make really any difference for trading. This is a range at the moment, and we need to wait for the range breakout. And if we go with the ideal Elliott wave count, another D and E would be missing. And then if we see these, a break to the downside gets very likely. But really only when we have wave D and E complete, then we can prepare for the breakout to the downside. Until then, we also need to be prepared for a potential invalidation. And the level is very well defined, which is 55.8 cents. Yeah, that's my update about XRP. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button. leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership and also make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter. You can find the links in the description. And if you're interested in the channel membership, today we've got our next member live stream at 5 p.m. UTC. You can find the links to the membership in the description. You get access to Discord and Telegram live chats as well. Lots of educational content, plus short-term market updates for gold members. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.